Hello, this is Kevin, the CEO of the Veterans Gaming Podcast, and this is my reaction to the New York Jets Minnesota Vikings game that I did a watch along for earlier today. Obviously, I'm extremely disappointed in the result, even though the Jets did fight back, being down 17-0. Still, just unacceptable that they even got down to 17-0 in the first place, and that falls on the head coach Robert all brakes, no gas, Saleh. This dude, he just sits there like this, with his arms crossed, like this. The Jets make a penalty. He stands like this on the sideline, walks around a little bit, does this with the headphones. Then it's this. I mean, bro, when are you going to start screaming at the players? When are you going to start getting pissed off? When are you going to do a Bill Parcells? Bill Parcells, I lost count of how many times when the Jets made a dumb play back in the 90s, all you heard was Bill Parcells. You could see him saying, stupid. I mean, he used to ride the players' ass, especially when he was with the Jets and when he was with the Giants back in the 80s. That's the kind of coach we need. Robert Saleh, I'm sure, yeah, he's a player's coach. He's a nice guy, but that goes to show you nice guys finish last. And Robert Saleh is another example of a nice guy finishing last. Then the post-game press conference. Every time the Jets lose, it's the same answer. Let's look at the tape. We're going to look at the tape. The other team played good. We fought hard. The offensive line they played good. They could be better. They're a work in progress. It's only 5 games into the season, but things are going to get better. You get the picture. Okay, I think it's time for Robert Saleh to be fired, but we'll get to him. Aaron Rodgers, easily his worst performance as the Jets quarterback. I don't think he's 100%, and I don't even think it's so much the Achilles. I think he's probably having some knee issues. We understand that he's not mobile as a 40-year-old coming off a torn Achilles, but some of his throws were not accurate. Something's wrong. Then you got the offensive line. They were okay, but when it really mattered, they didn't protect them. There was one play where in the second half, Saleh got sandwiched in between 2 defenders, and his knee kind of bent over backwards, so to speak. He was only out for a couple of plays. He's not 100%. I don't know what's going on with Breece Hall. He only had like 20-something yards rushing. Something's been going on with him all season. Garrett Wilson had 13 catches for like 100-something yards. So there is hope that there's a little bit of a resolution of the chemistry issues going on between Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson. But again, Aaron Rodgers just didn't look right. He threw 2 picks in the first quarter. One of them was a pick 6, which ultimately that was the one that was the difference in the game. I think the defense overall played a solid second half, but in the first half, they were just so undisciplined. 5 pass interference calls while playing Justin Jefferson. And what really ticked me off, you got to have Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner is supposed to be your star defensive back, and you don't have him on Justin Jefferson all game. That's just awful strategy. I also think Sauce Gardner is hurt. There was a game a couple of weeks ago. He was out for 9 plays. If you saw how he got hurt today on that pick play, Quinnen Williams hit him and knocked the wind out of him. So I was surprised that he came back into the game. But it was just a carbon copy of what happened in Denver last week. So that's six and a half atrocious quarters of football. And it's time to hold somebody accountable, and it's time for Robert Saleh to be accountable. You know, he's the head of the fish, and a fish rots from the head down. So it's time to get rid of Robert Saleh. And I would put in Jeff Ulbrich, who's the defensive coordinator. You can tell he can get the defense going. Or you can don't bring back Rex Ryan, for God's sakes, not Rex Ryan. Or you can bring an offensive-minded coach. It's time to do away with Robert Saleh. Also, Nathaniel Hackett, just keep him as the offensive coordinator in title, but just sit him up in the stands somewhere where he's not allowed to go near Aaron Rodgers. That's another thing. There's a gap between the coaches and the players. you can see, especially on the offensive end, you see Aaron Rodgers sitting next to Nathaniel Hackett on the sidelines, but there's no communication between them. Okay? Same thing. This is where Robert Saleh comes in. No communication between him and any of the players. Again, he's like this, he's like this. You know, when they're doing good, yeah, he's real quick to communicate with the players. But when things are not going right, no communication by Robert Saleh. This dude has got to go. Another disappointing effort by the team. Yeah, they did mount a comeback, but it was ultimately too little, too late. I don't know what Mike Williams was thinking. He should have been looking back. That's the reason why it got intercepted towards the end of the game. And now the Jets sit at 2-3. And despite the 6 minutes of critiques that I've been dishing out on this video, the Jets still have a chance because Buffalo is reeling right now. 2 losses in a row by them. So next Monday night, as crazy as this sounds, when Buffalo goes into MetLife Stadium next week to take on the Jets, that game will be for first place in the AFC East. The football gods are still giving the Jets a chance. So we'll see what happens next Monday night. I will be doing a Buffalo Bills at New York Jets watch along for that. Thank you to everybody that watched the Minnesota New York Jets watch along to this morning, and also everybody that watched my Arsenal versus Southampton Barclays Premier League Soccer watch along yesterday. I'll probably be doing a watch along for the October the 20th Chelsea versus Liverpool match. I will absolutely be doing one on October the 27th, the Arsenal versus Liverpool clash. I will not be missing that one. But again, next Monday night, Veterans Gaming Podcast watch along, Buffalo Bills at New York Jets. See you then.